While Formula 3 racing went from strength to strength, a new class, Formula 3000, burst onto the scene in 1985 to replace Formula 2. In some ways, the new Formula was less spectacular than its predecessor. But all over the world, single-seater racing cars continued to thrill the crowds. Zandvoort 1984 and Formula 3 action. Alan Berg's the villain of the piece here. You just can't put 4 cars where there's only room for 3. Paul Jackson's the victim in this dramatic and spectacular accident. The incident again in slow motion. Berg changes his mind about which side he wants to overtake and slices over to the left, putting his rivals in big trouble. Berg carries on, but Jackson is out. The Italian Formula 3 Championship at Monza, and it's raining hard. Everyone's missed him. Well, nearly everyone. Oh, it's okay, sir, you can get out now. Back at Zandvoort, and they've decided to restart the race. It's tight despite the depleted grid, but everyone's away safely. Russell Spence, chasing the Formula 3 title in 1984, decides the best way to deal with a threat from Dave Scott is to spin him off. And we shall see more of Mr. Spence later in the film. At Zandvoort, again in 1985, Russell needs only to finish in the top 3 to clinch the title. But a small navigational error puts paid to that. And while Spence in the Ralt takes out a rival, Cathy Muller in the blue Renard escapes with a spot of grass track racing. In slow motion, the impact looks no less painful or costly. Donington Park, and those Formula 3s are at it again. Freestyle aerobatics from Andrew Gilbert Scott. This is how our cameraman Dave Winstanley saw the incident before throwing away his crutches and running for safety. He was sacked, for dereliction of duty, of course. Harold Houseman, the unwitting cause of this spectacular affair when a swinging arm broke on his Marlboro Ralt, leads the effort to rescue the trapped Gilbert Scott from his upended car. And while the rescue goes on, perhaps it's time to give a vote of thanks to Mr. Houseman for his Formula 3 antics over the years. Rescued and rescuer. Clipped by Houseman's car, Gilbert Scott had no chance to avoid his aerobatic display as we see it again in slow motion. But a close inspection of the damaged cars pays full testimony to their safety design and construction.